let's address the question of the getting ready. So let's say you have a 5 bridesmaid and 5 groomsmen set up, and you're planning to ask for us to capture your getting ready photos and video. So generally, how much time do we need? We typically need about 3 hours of coverage. That is, if you are planning to have a first look and to have some of the photos done. What we typically do is that we spend the entire first hour on the getting ready portion. What do we do specifically is going to be starting off with the details. So the dress, the shoes, the bouquet, the ring, invitation, all of those stuff. Be sure that you put all of your item into a bag or a cardboard so that we can take all of them and to take all the capturing all the photos and video. Please make sure that you have all your rings together too, so that we can capture all 3 rings in the same time. Alright, so once these details are done, we typically want to capture your robe photo, some final touches of makeup and hair. Please note that we don't really have to take photos before the makeup is done. So generally speaking, only when makeup is completely done, we then come back to take some additional photos. These are mostly the pretend shots. This is the same thing goes for bridesmaids and also for moms. Alright, so after all of that, after all the makeup is done, usually we expect all the bridesmaids to be ready at this point so we can do some group photos, some fun shots, and some photos just for the bride. For the bride, we'll be photographing you, some beauty shots, some editorial, some portraits. Some fun shots with the robes, and maybe some fun shots with moms as well, getting ready with you. Once all of these images are completed, we then move on to the next portion of the wedding. That is getting to your dress, buttoning on the dress, putting on your shoes, putting the veil. And once all of that's done, same thing, we'll be doing all of those getting ready photos on the groom's side. Generally speaking, if it's a big wedding, we will have a second photographer, and if you have the same photographer for your groom getting ready as well, we typically divide 40 minutes on your end and 20 minutes on his end. On the groom side, we also wanted to capture the details, although it doesn't have to be a lot. Generally the shoes, the bow tie, the handkerchief, the boutonniere, and also cufflinks or watches or anything like that. We then capture him and his groomsmen getting ready, having fun. For the guys, we don't want to set anything up. We want them to just have things more spontaneously and helping him to finish off all his touches. And once the groom is all done, we then photograph his portraits, some editorial and some GQ shots. And that's it for the guys. If you're interested in doing a first look, the first look is usually coming in the second hour. So during that second hour, what we do is we will arrange for the first look, we'll arrange for the wedding party photos, and we will also arrange for family photos. After all the family photos are done, we'll do some photos for the couple, but there are not going to be a ton of photos because we don't want to drag the dress at this point in time before the ceremony starts. Now that's generally how the second hour is going to be, just mostly the formals and all of the photos done around that time. And during the last bit of time, what we would do is either traveling to the venue from the location, or use that sort of like a buffer time. If anything else being delayed, we still have enough time to complete all the images. And the last 30 minutes or so, obviously, we'll have the bride and groom tucked away, and then we'll photograph the guest, the decoration of ceremony, and of the guests coming in themselves. That is kind of how we photograph the getting ready portion.